joint venture partner reached out to you after you posted about the deal,
Mm-hmm.
and they said the terms are we'll finance 100% of everything, split 50-50 at the end of it. What were the numbers on the deal?
Okay, so this one was a foreclosure. It was a Fannie Mae. We bought it at 67. We put about 27 into it, and we sold it for 134.9. After that, I think we bought two more after that. So I'm at 5 with them right now.
Mm-hmm.
So 5 sold, or 5 purchased with them right now.
Over what period of time was that first one?
A lot longer than I thought it was going to take. We were doing it with a flat fee. We didn't use a realtor to list the property. We were using a flat fee company. So in my area, it took a little bit longer because we were pricing it kind of at the top of the range for that area. I learned that as I went, but it took me less than 35 days to rehab the property. But then it sat for 5 months. So, those holding costs, they'll kill you.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not careful. But, so that one, I learned a lot on that one, but that's kind of how the numbers broke down with that.
And roughly you and the joint venture partner each came away with about $20,000 or so?
Yeah. Like I said, holding costs, I less than that. But yeah, the holding costs is depending on what market, especially if it's an HOA area, certain things like that, that'll hurt your bottom line for sure.
What ended up being the profit to each of you, roughly?
We had, we made about 23 off of it.
Okay.
So,
total?
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
So, that's how we broke it up off that.
Mm-hmm.
But we purchased it for 67. We sold it 135. That's what I call it, 135. It was for my first deal, it was probably the best that it could be. Because I've heard a lot of nightmares, going into the first deal. I didn't sleep a lot at night. I was worried. I went out of town and I came back and I was like, oh gosh, the basement wall is going to cave in or something like that. Like I just kind of got freaked out, but it worked out.
How did the joint venture partner know that there was an alignment of interests other than the 50-50% split?
Well, I drove down. So I'm in Birmingham, and they were in Florida. And so they told me that they didn't do any business with anybody that they didn't meet in person. So I drove down there. Me and my wife drove down there, kind of on a leap of faith because you hear all kinds of stuff. I mean, you hear all kinds of stuff like that.
You probably brought a hunting knife with you, right?
Yeah, I did. And that's kind of one of the things I want to get, as far as a point across with this is any opportunity, your opportunities are created. They're not, you don't stumble upon them. So anyways, we drove down there. They met me, shook my hand, and it was like this 2-day conference. And I learned a whole lot. Like they knew what they were doing. I was pumped up.
Was it an actual conference or it was like experiencing a conference?
It was, I say conference. It was like a get together with like 12 people. It was very, very secluded. There's not very many people in this group, for obvious reasons. And, so
what are the obvious reasons? Well,
I mean, how many places that fund 100% of the rehab plus the acquisition? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I understand as tight knit, you want it to be more tight knit, especially whenever you're talking about that amount of money. I mean, some people they're purchasing 30 houses at a time. Mm-hmm. And so, I would probably want to keep it pretty tight knit too. Mm-hmm. And so I went down there, shook everybody's hand. I met them. They had actually done 2 or 3 deals in Florida with these people. I met up with them and I asked them how their experience was. I studied up on the company a lot. Mm-hmm. And before I, got my feet wet with anything. And then once I was assured that this was the real deal, it was still a leap of faith. I'm not going to lie. Like people laughed at me. My friends laughed at me. I lost friends, family laughed at me. They were like, you're an idiot. These people are scamming you. And now these same people are coming back and asking me for jobs or money. So it's kind of funny.
Yep.
But took a leap of faith, went down, and it's rewarding.
But and just from an alignment of interest standpoint, you didn't have any of your own money in it. Did they make you sign anything? Because it seems I'm putting myself in their shoes.
Mm.
Certainly the 50-50 split on the upside sounds really appealing, but I'm sending you know what, 66, 7, 8, $94,000
Mm.
total, and you don't have any money in it. So
Yeah.
did you have to do anything to put their mind at ease or sign anything?
Yeah, I mean, there's contracts, there's joint venture contracts that you sign, which basically says that everything is theirs. So if I tuck tail and run, that everything's theirs. They've got all that equity in that property, and that was, I mean, essentially that was just kind of the deal.
Okay.
It was per property, so it wasn't like for 6 months I'm under contract with these people. It was every property was a different contract.